Hey, what's up? I'm Matticus Bricks, and this is my first YouTube video. I've been on TikTok for a while now, and I've been interested in getting into YouTube, but didn't really know where to start. So here's where I thought I'd begin. I recently got 2 big boxes of bulk Lego from Goodwill, so I'm gonna unbox them here and see what's inside. I'm gonna start with the smaller box. This was about 7 pounds of Lego, which I paid $35 for. Now there's definitely some off-brand stuff in here that I'm gonna need to sort out, and it's probably a little bit dirty, so I'm gonna need to give it a good wash. But first, for now, I'm just gonna dump it all out and take a look to maybe predict and see what sets might be in here. Now this is a nice big bag of Lego. I can tell there's gonna be some great stuff. I took a little bit of a peek, and I'm really excited about what I saw. So first thing I see is a base plate. This is definitely an irregular size. It's 16 by 24, which I think only comes in a few sets. Got a little divider. This is not Lego. So one of the early things I noticed in the pictures from this lot were these clear pieces, which come from Paradise sets, and I love these pieces. It's a little bit scratched up, but I have a way to restore them to make them shine again like new. So we have this one, which is in pretty beat up condition, and then there's this one here that's a little bit better. I really like these big curved window pieces. I also got a few of these smaller curved window pieces, and I actually think there is a different shape in here I saw a couple of. We got this one. There's one here, and I think there's actually a few more. We got this one. And another curved window piece. Wow, all right, so we got some good stuff. I'm already also noticing a lot of these burps or big ugly rock pieces. This is a really neat piece they used a lot in the 90s, and I think they still are in sets today. And now another thing that gives me a clue as to what is in here are these brown curved corner pieces. I actually saw a build that comes from a classic set, the Dark Forest Fortress. I can't remember the set number off the top of my head right now, but I'll edit that in so you'll be able to see that in the video. So this actually is a build that comes straight from the Dark Forest Fortress. I actually have my own copy of this set. I see that there isn't the base plate, which goes with that set, unfortunately, but I have my own copy, so I'm not too sad about that. Still, really neat to know that there are going to be some parts from that set in this lot. I also see a canoe and a teepee, which comes from an old Wild West set from the Native American subfaction. These are really cool. I did a little bit of looking on Bricklink because this was another one of the things that I could see from the picture, and this is a rare piece. Should be able to flip this for a good profit. I also just really like this canoe. It's really neat. We also have one of my favorite Lego animals, the old school 90s octopus. And then, all right, I'm just seeing here we got a mast, which looks like a mast from a pirate ship. This is another piece that I had a clue about. We have this little light gray 16 by 8 base plate, which comes from the Pizza to Go set from the early 90s. I also see that there is part of like the little oven where they would have been cooking the pizza, and I actually had the re-release version of this set in the early 2000s when they released a lot of older 90s sets. They did like new versions of them, and I thought that was a really cool thing. So it'd be pretty cool if I could restore this set so that I could have it on display. It's a little bit beat up. I see some discoloration, but it'll be okay. What I'll do a little bit later in the video is I'll show a close-up of all of the coolest stuff that I found in both of these lots so that you'll be able to see in more detail, a little bit more of like really what's in here. Definitely seeing that I'm gonna need to clean this, and I'm also gonna need to sort through and pull out some non-Lego because we have, I don't know, some sort of weird green. I think it is Mega Bloks. It does say right on it. So we're gonna need to go through and sift that out. This is a DS stylus. You know, not really something you see in your Lego collection, but I just found this is really cool and it's in great shape. This is the head from Clone Wars Mace Windu. I wonder if the rest of that minifigure is in here. I thought I saw some other Star Wars minifigures, something really cool in fact, and I'm hoping that the rest of it is here. I'll show a close-up later, but this is Commander Cody's helmet, the little orange stripe. That's a really neat find. It would be very cool to find the rest of Cody in here because I don't have a Cody minifigure, so that would be a really great addition to the collection. This is a very good old school knight helmet. Here's a nice piece of Lego history. This is the old green brick separator. They don't make them like this anymore. They also don't make these palm trees. All right, and I'm noticing something. I've been putting off bringing it up on screen because it makes me kind of sad, but this is really tragic. This is an ARC Trooper helmet, but it is very, very ruined, covered in Sharpie. I do know of a way to get Sharpie off of Lego. I don't know if I can do that without damaging the helmet, unfortunately. So that is tragic. I don't know if this one is really worth all that much, but it is kind of sad. This looks to be some sort of, oh no, it actually is Lego. I have no idea what this is. There is an actual Lego copyright 2010 on it. I think if I had to guess, I'd say it came from Ninjago, but I really don't know what this is. So if you do know what this is, let me know in the comments. There's a wooden checker, little wooden checker, that's fun. Real interesting range of ages and parts here. Like I found R2-D2's leg. I know we have some stuff from like the early 2000s, or I should say from the early 90s up to the 2000s. So that's pretty cool. Here's another really cool Paradise piece, the pink staircase. This is cool. This is from the set, again, can't remember the set number, but the Poolside Paradise, which I'm also seeing a lot of evidence like this in the set. I already have that set. I don't see the base plate here, but it is really cool to have more of these pieces to put into my collection so I can build some cool mocks. This is another little piece from a Paradise set. It says Cafe on it. It is a really nice vintage printed piece. I'll show this one in the close-up too. Oh, cool. Okay, so this I believe is Clone Commander Degree. He's missing his arms. Fortunately, the white arms aren't too difficult to replace, but he's missing his arms, sadly. And what I'm really excited about too is that I see a lot of these older Lego palm trees. They don't really make them like this anymore. I love the old school vintage palm trees. This is interesting. This is 100% not Lego, but it imitates a Lego piece I know very well, and I think we're all familiar with the 3-leaf piece, but that's not Lego. So that's my immediate thoughts here. What I'm gonna do is go through this a little more, sift out anything I can that's not Lego, and get this stuff ready to be washed. Here's a close-up look of some parts I've pulled out from this lot so far. First up, we've got some pieces that could have come from one of 2 Western sets. Then we have some pieces that definitely came from Adventurers. There's also that Mystery Ninjago piece and parts of the Dark Forest Fortress. Over here, we also have some really nice Paradise parts. I'm especially excited about the printed pieces. I've never seen these 2x2 tiles that look like ice cream containers. And these are the minifig parts I found so far. Unfortunately, I could not find the rest of Commander Cody. So next I'm gonna dump out the other lot. This one's a little bigger, it's about 9 pounds, and I paid around $40 for this one. Now, I took a little peek inside and pulled some minifigures out from the top, and it's really good. So let's get into this. There's 2 base plates in this lot. First, we have a dirty tan base plate that's gonna need to be cleaned. And really excitingly, we have this canyon plate, which has the river print on it. This was only included in one set. I believe it was called the Extreme Team. And I'm really excited to add this to my collection because this is one of my favorite vintage base plates. It has a couple of damaged studs right here, but other than that, it's in really great shape. I just have to clean it off. I also noticed this cloth tent from Adventurers. This is really neat and hard to find, so I'll probably try to use this in a build at some point. So one thing I noticed that they had in this lot was the old RC cars and these remote controls. These don't really interest me, but I'm gonna check to see if they're working because I think that they might be worth something if I sell them. So we've definitely got some non-Lego parts in here, including some money from the Game of Life. We've got some Playmobil parts, Mega Blocks, and even a bottle cap. So I'm gonna need to sift through this and pull out all of the stuff that is non-Lego, but first let's just take a quick look at the cool stuff that's in here. We've got a pretty cool boat piece here. This looks like it came from maybe a police boat, so I might actually see if the rest of this boat is in here and try to restore it. This big base plate, and I see a lot of these other bricks come from Harry Potter sets, that's pretty neat. But easily the coolest thing that I'm seeing right off the top of my head is Fluffy, the 3-headed dog from Harry Potter. And we also have another really cool big creature from the same era, the Rock Monster from Rock Raiders. I'm really excited about these two. This is from a vintage Harry Potter set. the Mirror of Erised. This is really cool. A great piece here where you can see Harry with his parents in the background. Love this cool vintage piece. And I also see this one that comes from the same era of Harry Potter. Really nice color here. But I also noticed we have this sort of bike thing, Technic, and there's another one right here, so I might have to research these, see what's up with that. Maybe this is a set that's worth restoring, I don't know. Of course, a lot of more big, ugly rock pieces. This like dump truck piece, I don't know if this also came from Rock Raiders, but I did see this brown like canopy windshield thing, just definitely from Rock Raiders. Really cool theme right there, Rock Raiders. We have the vintage cannon, love these. Some unused stickers from 2003. So there's also some indication of Star Wars sets. This is part of a Y-Wing. I don't know if the rest of it is here. I'm gonna say probably not, but that's still pretty cool. Piece of a Y-Wing. And then I also think I saw pieces of a TIE fighter, possibly the TIE Advanced. Very cool. This looks like the canopy from a Snowspeeder. This is an old big barrel. I used to love these when I was a kid. I think it's a pretty cool part still. This is kind of an uncommon piece. The green, trans green flame, which I think was used for like seaweed and stuff. I would have thought this was super cool as a kid, so it's kind of really fun to have those. We've got some cool animals here, including this pterodactyl, red vintage. We've got a brown horse, another brown horse, a black horse, another black horse, and I think maybe that's it. Oh, and we got this horse, which has printing on it, so cool animals. This printed piece from Adventurers, and this Harry Potter sorting hat piece. This is really neat. This came in only one set. All right, so I'm definitely gonna need to go through this, pull out non-Lego, take everything apart and get it ready to be washed. But like I said, there were some cool minifigs. So let's take a look in this bag and I'll show you exactly what I found. The minifigs are definitely the most interesting thing about this lot, and there's a lot of good ones in here. So I have laid out all of the minifigs I was able to pull out of this lot, and I noticed that we have a lot of these old school ninjas, which are pretty cool. We also have the old school Green Goblin, sadly no helmet, and the old school Spider-Man. There's what looks like to be part of the Imperial Guards from Star Wars. Oh, there's one of the torsos for the Imperial Guards. Definitely have one complete battle droid, and there's probably some more battle droid parts in the lot. This is really cool. This is unfortunately not the whole figure, but this is Achu from Adventurers. We got his headdress, his legs, and his cape, which is a really rare, cool piece. I'm really happy to have this one. Probably the coolest things here are this old school Boba Fett. I need to swap out the head, and he's holding a crossbow, and Zam Weasel, like with a cape, I guess, but Zam Weasel is really neat because this is worth more than the entire lot. So this is an awesome find. Here's a close-up of all the awesome minifig parts I found in this lot. As I said before, the most valuable minifig here is Zam Weasel, which comes from set 7133 Bounty Hunter Pursuit. So far, this is the only garbage and non-Lego that I pulled out of this lot, so that's pretty good. I still have a ton of genuine Lego here to look at. The next step for me is to wash all of this Lego and get it super clean so I can sort it and start figuring out what sets I have and what pieces of value I have that I may want to sell or keep for my collection. That's all for now. I probably will post another video updating what I end up doing with this lot, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to see more videos like this.